Hi everybody, and welcome to the audio version of the Exploration Weekly Newsletter, this time for the week of June 18th, 2021. I'm Renee Meredith, the COO of Exploration Group, and a special shout out to my team members Heidi So and Jules Ramos for their hard work on our newsletter every week. And now, the news. Spotify launches Greenroom, its live audio app, to take on Clubhouse, with plans to pay creators. Spotify is giving creators a new way to connect with their audience using live audio, borrowing a page from the popular auto chat app Clubhouse. On Wednesday, Spotify announced the launch of Spotify Greenroom, the new name for Locker Room, the app developed by startup Betty Labs, which Spotify acquired in March. In addition, Spotify announced plans to launch a Spotify Creator Fund to pay live audio creators for their work. The audio streaming giant said it will open the Creator Fund later this summer for applications. Spotify Greenroom is available on iOS and Android in more than 135 markets around the world. Users can download Greenroom for free and log in using their Spotify login info. The Greenroom app lets any user host or participate in live rooms, as well as record live conversations. CRB sets royalty rate for Pandora, iHeartRadio, and other webcasters. The Copyright Royalty Board on Friday, June 11th, granted sound recording licensees a royalty rate increase for 2021 to 2025 for programmed song plays. While slightly less than what SoundExchange and others had wanted, the Web 5 ruling ignored digital broadcasters' petition for big rate decreases. As it is, the CRB set a rate of 0.0026 cents per performance for commercial webcasters' program streams and a 0.0021 per stream for ad-supported non-subscription services. The rates apply to programmed music webcasters like Pandora and iHeartRadio and web simulcasts of terrestrial radio programmed music, but does not impact interactive on-demand streaming services like Spotify. The CRB also set a cost of living increase formula pegged to the Consumer Price Index. Finally, it set a fee of $1,000 per year for non-commercial for each channel or station, and a 0.0021 for all song transmissions in excess of 159,140 ATH, aggregate tuning hours per month. Streaming fatigue. Average number of services per user falls for first time. According to a presentation at the Connected TV Summit 2021 in London on Tuesday by technology research firm Omdia, the average number of video streaming services utilized per U.S. user has fallen for the first time. The figure declined from 7.23 in November to 7.06 in April. While pay TV is largely stable and SVOD continues to grow, Omdia found that a significant number of users are skewing AVOD and instead increasingly consuming content via paid alternatives. One reason is that entertainment giants' AVOD services draw viewers away from TV networks' VOD offerings, reducing the overall number of services that a consumer must manage, while maintaining access to the same volume of content. Outside the U.S., Omdia's survey found that a number of online services per home is continuing to rise, with the UK reaching 5.78 services per user. Kevin Brennan, MP, proposes a new right to fair remuneration from streaming for musicians in private members' bill. Labour MP Kevin Brennan presented a Copyright, Rights and Remuneration of Musicians bill to Parliament, which seeks to amend UK copyright law so to create a new right to fair remuneration for musicians when their work is played on streaming platforms. The proposed legislation is a direct response to the #FixStreaming and #BrokenRecord campaigns, which have called for musicians to have a statutory right to equitable remuneration when their music is streamed. The inquiry dealt with many of the complexities regarding the ways in which streaming services are licensed by the music industry and how streaming royalties are calculated and paid each month. However, by far the most time was spent on the digital pie debate, how streaming income is shared out between artists, songwriters, record labels, music publishers, and the streaming services themselves. One proposal to try to get artists a bigger cut of the streaming money is to apply so-called performer equitable remuneration to streams. British music exports grew by 6% in 2020 to £519.7 million. British industry body, the BPI, is stepping up its lobbying efforts for more support from the British government. According to them, British music generated £517.9 million in export earnings in 2020, up 6% year on year. However, the BPI wants the government to seize the moment to boost that even further this year and beyond. How? By doubling the existing music export growth scheme funding to support more artists, pull its finger out on the post-Brexit chaos for tours in Europe, introduce a music production tax credit in the UK, and to reject any watering down of UK copyright in trade deals, for example, with the US. Apple launches podcast subscriptions, offering ad-free listening, extra content for thousands of shows. Apple is officially in the podcast subscription game, weeks after major competitor Spotify launched a podcast subscription service, which will give creators 100% of revenue from subscription fees through 2023. Apple has dropped its own version. Through Apple's service, people can pay to subscribe to individual shows and/or to channels, which are themed collections of content that span many genres and formats, including news, comedy, sports, and true crime. Subscriptions, which appear to vary in price from show to show and channel to channel, can give payees access to a range of perks such as ad-free listening and exclusive or behind-the-scenes content. Users pay for subscriptions directly in the Apple Podcasts app, and unlocked content is stored within the app. The company says its library currently offers thousands of subscribable shows and channels, with more launching each week. That's all from me this week. Thank you all for listening, and don't forget to subscribe for more great content from Exploration. And don't forget to be kind to each other.